women should just marry other women platonically.
Where are we finding men?
Unfortunately, they are working overtime instead of going out and dating because they feel they will never be attractive enough or wealthy enough for a girl ever again.
Child-free is triggering to many parents because it has negative connotations.
We base a lot of our decisions around our feelings, and men base their decisions around reality.
Man, my man got 3 bad Swedish women. Hey guys, welcome back to More to Life. Before I get into this video, I ask that you like, comment, subscribe. Also, smash that notification bell just to be sure you get on my videos right before I release them. Got me a no sugar added cake for my birthday. They surprised me just now. I was getting ready to do my second video, but yeah, guys, this is my cake, and of course, I'm 43 years old. So I was doing my intro. Then bring this over here, okay? Let me show it to the camera.
And JJ is celebrating with his dad.
It's 43. We're celebrating my 43rd birthday. We're here in the studio / home. Happy birthday to me.
Blow the candle. I'll take a picture first. Wait. All right, take a picture with you and JJ. 1, 2, 3, smile. Blow it. 1, 2. Yes, happy birthday.
Yeah. All right, guys, let me get right into this.
We've gone from man versus bear to women should just marry other women platonically, to women don't want to have intimacy with other women because they secretly like brutality. It's a lot, right? And I'm not saying I agree with all of that, but here's what I will say as a resident hetero who probably won't marry a woman platonically and will always be attracted to men. I have realized that the way that I move now is just simply reserving my level of vulnerability. Because in these experiences with men, because I've had to choose myself over men that I love, I have...
Now, had to choose yourself, or the man wasn't feeling you? Because if a man's not feeling you, he'll do all kinds of things to make you feel like you should choose yourself, right? Purposely. But let me let it finish.
I have realized that I can be deeply in love with someone, not hear from them, not talk to them, not see them, move on, find happiness, have joy, and life can actually continue. And I never thought that that was possible. And recently I've realized I can actually have new feelings for another person. But you want to know what's different now? Now that I've decentered men, now that I've gone on this journey, is I'm not going to do those feelings. And it's not because I'm afraid of vulnerability. It's because vulnerability is natural to me. And if I'm vulnerable where he refuses or is afraid to be vulnerable, then nothing changes. They will just wait for me to be vulnerable and react instead of being proactive, which is what we want them to do. That's why we can't understand their responses to this man versus bear thing, because it's just reactive. It's not proactive. It's not thinking about how could we have not gotten to this place. And so I'm saying a lot of different, but all I'm really saying is reserve your vulnerability. I know you want to be a lover girl. I do too. But they're never going to feel inspired to act.
Now, you see what she said? I know you want to be a lover girl. Women are all lover girls, and then they continuously be lover girls. It's different guys. I'm not saying they don't fall, but they fall for Chad or Tyrone. That doesn't work. He doesn't submit. They go for another one. I'm telling you, man, a lot of these women, because guys, a lot of guys will sleep with women and not even care, right? A lot of women are being ran through looking for a man. I know she's going through that. She's being ran through looking for a man. Now she said, okay, I need to decenter because men keep using me. And it's not just you, it's so many other women too.
To proact until we extract every bit of vulnerability that we've left space open for them to have. And let them face the fear of them not wanting to be vulnerable and have to do it. And see how the chips fall like we've been doing for years.
That's the syndrome, man. The syndrome. And that's what happens. Women fall into the lair. They fall into the magic of the Chad and the Tyrone and the Pookie and the Ray Ray. The magic is serious. And it works wonders. It's been working wonders for years. You know, when it happens, women don't realize it because they just, oh, I got a guy into me. And they do everything. Everything. Not realizing they're not qualified. Why don't women realize they're not qualified? Girl, you a 10. You a 10, girl. Don't let nobody tell you different. Meanwhile, she's with a guy that's a 9, and she's really a 2, right? And the guy's with her just to get by. It's wild.
Single girlies in their late 20s, early 30s. Where are we finding men?
Unfortunately, they are working overtime instead of going out and dating because they feel they will never be attractive enough or wealthy enough for a girl ever again.
That's about right. That's about right.
They would rather check their weather app than chat with another person on Hinge. If they're not at work, they're usually at home, the gym, playing video games with friends, or fighting for democracy. You're welcome.
That sums it up, right? Or doing something else. Now, why did it turn that? Why did it become that way? It had to. Think about it. Think about how many videos you see and how many talks you see in conversations of women saying 100,000, 6 feet, 6 figures. Old woman is saying it, young woman is saying it. And it's what's wild. Like sometimes I search for videos and in my search, I have to skip a lot of them because it's just like, man, these women are all saying the same thing. It's like, whoa, keep going. It's like, it's wild. And then a guy would turn around and say, so, Jay, you're a password bro. Guys aren't saying that because password bros are watching me. But people will think this, that are back home. You think it's that bad? You think women are that bad? Look, you can find something. It's not easy. It can be done. But who wants to go do that? Really? Who wants to go through it? Because then you can't be too loving. You can't be too caring. You can't show too much. I got tired of being cold. That's why I left the West. Seriously. I got tired of being cold-hearted. I had to be cold. I had to be cold-blooded and not show my emotions. And a woman, oh, she's saying to be vulnerable. A guy's not going to be vulnerable and show his emotions. Why? Because you'll eat him alive.
The term child-free is offensive.
All right, let's just add that to the list of things that happen to offend people now.
So let me explain.
Please do.
The term child-free is a loaded term because it places a value judgment on having children. So when you think of the term child-free, it's really reminiscent of other terms that we use like debt-free, cancer-free, disease-free. We use this term to describe something that someone should free themselves from.
That actually sounds like a personal choice in regards to semantics.
The implication is that these things are undesirable and that they are burdensome.
Implication. Huh. That's more like personal interpretation.
So when you use the term child-free, you're essentially making that same value judgment and saying that having children is...
Yes, it is. What? It's more. It's more than those things. A child is your debt. A child is like all of those things wrapped in one sometimes. That's why women are. Like the woman that got rid of the kid. I got to get rid of these kids. It's not easy when you have a kid. You're constantly paying every month. You constantly got to give love. You constantly got to coach. It's like I'm a life coach. Seriously. Every day. And my son doesn't live with me, but when he's home, I got to think, okay, and right now he's at the age where I have to help him progress in life. So it's getting harder. It doesn't stop. It never stops. But she made a video trying to impress people on TikTok and has something else to talk about and really struck out with this because you're wrong. Children, no joke. People always say it. It's not that you want to get rid of children, like a child-free or a debt-free, not like a debt-free or, the other frees you were talking about. It's not like that. It's worse. But we all love kids. And ladies, I don't know what your reason was for explaining this. Let me let you finish.
Same value judgment and saying that having children is a burden and it's an undesirable situation to be in, and it's something that you have freed yourself from.
I swear some individuals are going out of their way to try to be offended. It's amazing.
Well, as someone who has children, and I bet I'm speaking for most parents here, the vast majority of people that choose to have children are extremely happy, and they don't see that as a burden, and it's very offensive for them to value judgment and say, oh, your life is undesirable.
Only to the delicate ones.
I am child-free, and you are not, and therefore your life is burdened, and your life is undesirable. So even just the term child-free is triggering to many parents because it has negative connotations.
Well, whoop-de-doo. Not everyone is offended by words.
So if you've been using the term child-free, I would recommend that you switch to a more neutral term and
Oh, this ought to be good.
say, like, I'm a non-parent, or, I would simply say, like, hey, I don't have kids by choice. But just use a term that doesn't place a value on whether or not you chose to have kids, and I think that you'll see the conversation really shift.
That honestly hurt my brain.
Nah, it's too much. And why are you trying to change that? Let people say whatever they want to say, how they want to say it, and don't worry about it. That's it. Don't care. Like, I can care less.
What I'm learning with conversating with men, and I was just told this not too long ago, and I probably would have got offended if somebody said this to me about a year ago, is that women, we base a lot of our decisions around our feelings, and men base their decisions around reality.
Yeah.
And at first I was like, I don't know if I could receive that. When I got ready to respond to that, I'm like, I feel like, and he said, see, you said you feel. I said, oh, shoot.
No doubt.
So,
no doubt.
I'm like, we do, but Kevin reminded me, it's just in our nature.
Yeah.
And that's why, and no disrespect to any man, because I know somebody's going to comment in the comments. That's why men can sleep around with a bunch of women and think nothing about it. And we can't. No We've tried it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I called myself trying to have a hot girl summer. And by the time I got on number 2, I was like, I'm good.
No comment.
Let me go back to lukewarm.
No doubt.
I don't want a hot girl summer. It comes with too much.
No doubt.
I respect everything she said. that was real, right? I think a lot of women need to hear conversations like that. She said it. She tried to have that hot girl summer, and it was just too much. Why? Because she started having those soul ties started kicking in, and she didn't realize that was going to happen. Like, imagine that. Because guys are different. And my wife said it best. We have an Audi, women have an innie. It's that simple. So guys are outside. Of course, a guy can get attached too, but it's not the same attachment. Meaning a guy will go home and forget about it. Think about it. Don't think about it until next time, right? Or until he has a need. Women, on the other hand, they attach their emotions to it. That's usually how they get their way in the door. So they don't realize they're doing it just for fun, but they're attaching because they're inside of the woman. And a lot of times, which is wild, which is why guys don't want to share women, because the guy wants to right up in there, and the woman takes that in there, and then usually gets real funky. You guys know what I'm talking about. You know the nastiness that comes behind that, and with the woman sharing themselves with multiple men and letting them.
Men can't believe that women are single by choice because men aren't single by choice.
Dear Jesus, did you hear what she said?
Now, you see that? How she reacted to that? What does that show? And I got to tell you guys, I reacted to a video. I was looking at videos other people did, and it was kind of like the same thing. Why is she laughing like that? Because it's true. Most guys do struggle. It's right. She's basing it off of her experience of dealing with Chads and Tyrones, most likely Chads, right? She's basically like, oh, yeah, those guys you want, every woman wants them. Duh. That's why you're laughing like that, because most guys do struggle. Most guys are single, usually by choice, right? They just don't want to deal with the nonsense, but she's laughing, not understanding what men go through at all. Man, my man, the 3 bad Swedish woman out there, out there chilling. But you know how it is, man. And this is why guys leave, right? When a black man goes to these places, it could be Sweden, it could even be Germany, it could be any place like that. He gets love. I've known tons of guys that went out there and got nothing but love. The woman actually fiend for them, right? And what it is just different. It's a black man going to a place where no black men come from. You're automatically exotic. It's kind of like a black man even going to the Philippines or going to Thailand, or what black men is seen in Thailand, but still it's not that much. Or, going to some other places. He's desired. And then also the dollar difference helps too. What do I care? Like women, they want them dollars. So what? So what? They want you because you're high value there. Doesn't matter. Yes, that's why we go.
It's what we do, right? Yeah.
So try to shame guys for what's real. So you want the money anyway. Stop it. And guys are done with all that. And guys are done with women that think like that, because we've all realized.
This is the way.
Passport, bro. Passport. No. Definitely more to life than dealing with that. See y'all next video.
So he's coming.